Man, what a beautiful day in the universe. Perfect day to spend inside sleeping, so let's go to the bedroom. Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy. In the last episode, we completed the Freeze Flame Galaxy, not the Freeze Frame Galaxy. And this time around, we're going to be starting on the Dusty Dune Galaxy. And I say starting because I'm not entirely sure we're going to do the entire galaxy in this episode, considering that it's one of the longest in the whole game. So bring your water packs, bring your shade hats, bring some nice white clothes, because we are headed to soar on the desert winds. And yep, this is the desert level of this game, complete with tornadoes and twisters and all that kind of fun stuff, including dead enemies and skull and crossbone signs, indicating that this quicksand, if you touch it, will immediately kill you. You can jump into these, however, and upon spinning the Wii remote while you're still caught in it, you can fling yourself, and Mario is flapping his arms around like a Looney Tunes character or something right now. You can go from tornado, or twister to twister, rather, and you will be able to hop over gigantic bits of quicksand. I'm not going to take any risks, though, because you move horizontally pretty slow even while you're doing this. Now, we could go get that one-up over there above that twister off to the left, but you know what? That ain't me, man. I just had dinner. I had me some pasta and meatballs and some death. Maybe I need the one-up after all. I guess I got a bit overzealous there and thought that I could skip that twister. But like I said, you move horizontally really slowly with these things, so you need to be careful. You can't rush, as usual, and this kind of, that makes sense for this level, because it's a really slow-paced level, given that it's a desert level. And I used to really loathe desert levels completely in, like, any game that they were located in. Now, however, I kind of like desert levels, actually. It's a nice change of pace from everything else, and when everything feels barren and dead and stuff, it can be kind of daunting, but in a different way than like Ghostly Galaxy or where you're high up in the sky or something like that. It's different, and I kind of like desert levels. The sort of prototype for desert levels for me was Dry Desert in Paper Mario 1, which is the second world or second level of that game, and so it really stuck in my head, considering that was one of the games that like defined my childhood. So I've got a lot of memories of Paper Mario 1 up there, and Dry Desert always no! Oh, I thought they were gonna go one by one, not all at once. Oh man. Do we at least get a checkpoint? Yes, we do, so the game is a little bit generous. 2 deaths! Like, what, like 3 minutes into the video or something? And we've already died 2 times. Man, that must be a world record or something. But that world was really difficult and really scary, and so it terrified me when I was a kid, and I didn't like playing through it because, as compared to the Koopa Bros Fortress, it was just super, like, well, barren and lifeless and all the other words that I used before, and it scared the crap out of me, man. Anymore, though, like I said, I like desert levels, and this time I'm gonna let the Thwomp triplets, or whatever these guys are, do their little jump and smash their little ground. Whatever they want to do, they can go ahead and do it. I don't even care, man. And now I'm going to wall jump up here and grab myself this question mark coin so that we can get a bunch of star bits. And were these coins already here? I kind of have no idea. But we can get a bunch of star bits for our labor and for our risking our lives. Does it count as risking our lives if we actually lost our lives? I don't know. Someone from Webster, get on that problem. That is like the biggest problem of the century, to be sure. Long jump over here. We've got to hit these switches, and that will create yet more star bits. Hooray! Almost uselessness for risking our lives once again. Except we ended up with a 1-up there, which replaces at least one of the lives that we lost. Let's see if by the end of this video, we're positive in the lives department. Let's see if we don't die more times than we gain lives in this video, because that would be fantastic. I'm not sure how likely it is that that's going to happen, though. Walking on down here, we've got piranha plants that we can destroy, fry them up. I don't know how they're living in such desert conditions anyway, and oh boy, we've got a giant boulder coming right for us. But you can just spin into it just like any boulder, so it doesn't modify like how the boulder behaves or anything like that. It just modifies how it looks. It's gigantic, and you know what? That's pretty scary, but if you are brave enough to punch that boulder in the eye, punch all your life's problems in the eye, you will be able to do it. Now, continuing on, we're not even nearly done with the level yet, even though we've spent so much time in it already. That's what I'm talking about when I say this level is, like, super, super long compared to a lot of the galaxies that we've already played. A lot of the missions are really slow. In fact, I think all the missions are pretty slow. And you have to wait around for stuff like these twisters. You have to be really careful with those thwomps down below. There's quicksand everywhere, so you can't rush too much. And really, the what's this place called? The Dusty Dune Galaxy, I believe? Yeah. Isn't that the name of a level in, like, Sonic Unleashed or something? Hey, I smell something fishy going on here. But yeah, the Dusty Dune level is focused not on... Ooh, can I make it into one of these? Ah, no, I can't. Almost. The Dusty Dune level is less focused on speed and platforming and stuff than it is on chillaxing, and waiting around. Although, chilling is probably not all that possible or all that fun when you're inside of a desert. In fact, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys prefer, the heat or the cold? And I'm talking about at their extremities, like 100 degrees out. Well, anybody watching in Arizona is probably like 100 degrees. Pfft, what's that? That's cold. I wear a winter coat on those days. But at their extremities, like really hot or really, really cold. Me, I used to be really, really partial to cold weather. I would love, like, frigid days. I liked how it felt, and plus, on top of that, it's easier to, like, cover up on cold days than it is to get cool on hot days, in my opinion, at least. So for a long time, I really, really liked cold days, but getting older, I'm turning into all those crotchety old adults that I never thought I'd be, and, I don't know, heat's alright. Heat's alright. Maybe I just hate the world less now, because I like heat. I think I still do like cold more, if only for the reason that you could just throw a coat on and be done with it. But Mario is not done with the heat right here, proving my point that the heat is harder to get away with, because we've got yet more missions to do here in Dusty Dune. And the second mission of Dusty Dune Galaxy is blasting through the sand. So we're sandblasting, everybody. Isn't that an actual thing? Sandblasting? I feel like that's probably a thing, but I have no idea for now. We've got, ooh, look at the pretty flower. Oh god, it's alive and smiling. Man, that flower is happier to see me than I was to see it. That is kind of weird. If you stand in the center here, these guys are all gonna hop at you. Oh no, what am I ever gonna do? Destroy them all at once? Alright, mass murder, genocide. I think that must count as at least one of those. And here's an even prettier flower with an even weaker enemy. You can just jump up, spin that guy right in the face, and he's done for. So he's pretty much the same thing as those things that are only heads. Flying through the air, straight into the sun, we're not going to pull an Icarus. Instead, we're going to come to this planet right here. Wow, get you stuck in the sand. I totally forgot I did that. We've got a hungry Luma on the other side. Please, Mario. It's not that hard. Well, I've never actually walked around the side of a planet before, so I really don't know what, how difficult it is, but I was gonna say it's not that hard to just hop over to the other side, my friend. Speaking of, there's a health extension right here, and I believe that for whatever reason, there's a health extension in every single one of the missions in this galaxy, which is totally weird to me, considering the fact that, you don't really need them. There's no boss fights in this galaxy whatsoever. So, I guess it's just because the missions are really long or something like that, and the game designers thought that we would absolutely need a health extension to do anything over 30 seconds. I don't know what their thought processes were. Either way, there are health extensions in every level if you find yourself taking a bunch of hits. And here are some dry bones, and I wish I would have kept that rainbow star a little bit longer so that I could end these guys' immortal misery. Except they don't look very miserable, all laughing and stuff every time they see you. Look at him, his teeth are chattering, man. He's just having a grand old time. And here's the part where we blast through the sand. Yeah, we have to get on this big old thing that is just going and looping around and around and around, and find ourselves 5 blue star chips. One is in the chest right there, and that's probably the most annoying one to get, honestly, because you have to carry the Koopa shell over there. Plus, there's a blue star chip on the other side of the planet, when you get that one. So I don't believe, well, I'm sure it's possible if you believe in the heart of the cards or whatever. I don't believe it's very easy to get all the blue star chips on one go-around. This time, however, we can grab the last one, which is going to spawn them. Oh, boy. Well, I guess they assumed that since it was the most difficult one to get, everybody would be getting the chest last, and they spawned the pulse stars over there. I'm fine with that, though. One more go around on this gigantic slip and slide that is just chafing Mario's butt right now. Oh, man. One more go around, I'm perfectly fine with. And we have a choice of paths here. I don't know if there are any significant differences between them, so I'm just going to go with the orange one, because orange is like the color of death, and green is the color of life, and I just want to be edgy right now. Looks like there are a bunch of flagpoles over on the side, so you can grab coins if you want, but I don't know if that's there to, like, serve as an alternate pathway to get past that. I really don't know. Either way, here we go into the giant gaping hole of Dusty Dune. Okay, God. I gotta stop right now. That was not the best way to word that. So here we have these little twister guys, which function essentially the same way as the big old twisters that we saw earlier in the level. So you can hop into them and you can get yourself flown up if you really so desire. I wonder if I can make that long jump. I'm really, really tempted to try it, but I don't think I'm going to because I want to save my little plumber butt for later. Plus, I don't want to do this bit over. Like I said, there's lots of waiting around platforms that you have to wait for. Make sure you're not going to fall in the quicksand and all that in this galaxy, and I'm not too keen on redoing any of that right now. Oh man, it's really cool long jumping through those holes either way though. And over... where the heck am I going right now? I totally forgot the layout of this level. There's a 1-up over here. I believe there's a switch somewhere that we have to hit so that we can spawn a platform and grab that star, because that star is just far, far too high for us right now. And is it over here? It might be on the top of this. These twisters with the garbage floating around them. I don't know if you can shoot that out with star bits or something. I don't think you can. If you try to jump into them and you get hit by that garbage, you'll actually take damage for it. So, if you're planning on using them for like a super shortcut or something like that, I would recommend that you don't, because you might just get smacked in the face with a piece of trash. And what is there that would be more demeaning to get smacked in the face with than a piece of trash? I cannot think of a single thing, my friend. Now, these guys, while they might shoot you up into the air or whatever, are probably more of a hindrance than anything to your progress, because if you get sucked into them, you're going to have to spend a whole ton of time floating back to the ground and moving extremely slowly, in which case you might not get your star. And here is the final normal mission of Dusty Dune Galaxy, Sunbaked Sandcastle. Ooh, a sandcastle. Now this sounds fun, right? And it looks like whoever made that sandcastle forgot to take their sandcastle mold home, so I don't know what they're doing. Back here in the galaxy, however, we've got a different spawn point, or maybe it's the same spawn point but with like different decorations. I really don't know. Let's just hit the switch and, uh-oh, we ruined the planet. But it starts building like this big old platform in the sky or something, and this bird is just gonna crap out bombs on you. Man, he must have had some real spicy chipotle or something like that, because that does not seem healthy to me. You can destroy him if you want. There's a health extension right here. Like I said, health extension in every single normal mission of this level, so that you can avoid explosive bird poops, which apparently is the biggest threat in this area, man. Grizzly bears in the woods, nothing. Wolves roaming the plains, nothing. A natural threat, for real? Birds pooping bombs on your head, man. I don't know what I'm talking about, but here is the biggest portion of this level. You're going to want to start out on top here, because you'll need this Koopa's shell for something. I hope he doesn't mind us borrowing. If we let this go to the top, we can jump down and land right here on top of this chest, for which we need this Koopa shell. Wow. He went back into his shell, and we just shot him out there, and it like shattered, and no fragments of him remained. That is a little bit more gruesome than I remember it being. Anyway, there are a bunch of star chips remaining on this tower that are guarded by various numbers of dry bones, various quantities of dry bones, if you will. Another Koopa shell will spawn if you miss with the first one somehow. And you can also get that chest by just oh, another Koopa will spawn too, apparently. You can also get that chest just by, holding the Koopa shell and ground pounding while you're still down here, so it'll be a little bit easier. And where the gosh darn is that last star chip, man? I actually have no idea whatsoever. Yeah, we've been around every time, so I guess let's put this thing back down and see if that gives us any hints, unless it's, it doesn't look like it's somewhere up there. Okay, we'll bring this thing back down and we'll be able to survey the tower a little better. There are question mark blocks and stuff around here, full of star bits and things, so there are some, secrets that you can get and stuff like that. Now, where is this last star chip, man? It's not up. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Let's grab it. Go, 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 go. Get it, Mario. Yes, we made it. And with that, we've created a launch star, which will also rise and fall with this tower, but it will take you to the exact same location, no matter whether you, or maybe it won't. I thought I saw another launch star path there. I don't know. Either way, it will take us to where we need to go. If we smack that plant, we can open up yet another launch star, and that cork actually holds a secret, but it's an important secret, i.e. a secret mission, so we're not going to be taking it on right now, at least as of yet, maybe later in this video. So, oh gosh, my main enemy, the Pokey. Can you, you can't kill this guy except with a coconut, can you? No, because he doesn't leave his head in the sand. Look at that, though. He's like, I'm Pokey. I'm happy. Smack. Smashes his head on the ground over and over. That tickled. Pokey just looks so silly. Anyway, the way you want to kill him, there is a surplus of coconuts over on this planet, man. I wish I were a coconut salesman right now. Actually, surplus and sales don't go together super well because the price is, like, super low. Anyway. Anyway, Economics 101 with Third Mario Brother. Let's just knock this coconut apparently to the other side of the planet. It should stay on the planet, though. Unless you hit it really, really hard and then knock it, like, all the way off or something. You can play a bit of soccer with it, however. Get it to somewhere where you're within striking range of this Pokey, and play yourself a little game of dodgeball. Or, you know what, continue with the football mantra, and hit this guy in the face with it. There we go, goal! And that Pokey disappears, by which I mean his head survives, but you know what, we can stomp on that and we don't gotta worry about it. Man, we just decapitated that guy. We're just all kinds of gruesome today. First, we shattered that Koopa into a million pieces. Now, that Pokey just got his head chopped off by Mario, the striker, who actually probably kicks pretty hard, considering he can light a metal soccer ball on fire with his feet, but that's all irrelevant. For now, we finally reached our sand castle. Yay! Where are all the flags and the kids playing on the beach and stuff? There's no oasis here, it's just sand in the middle of the desert. Oh well. Hopping in here, however. Okay, this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I want to go home. That's right, the sand will start rising. Surprise, surprise! It's not a normal sandcastle, and we're not here just for fun and games. I imagine it's like, slightly irrelevant point here, but I imagine it's like 150 million degrees inside of this glass container that's been sitting here in the hot desert all day, which probably has like 6 suns. But anyway, much like many other games that you've probably played, we are inside of this container and have to reach the top of it before the sand fills it up, or else you'll get crushed and drown in sand, and that actually sounds like a pretty gruesome death. So let's make sure that our hero Mario does not have to experience such things, and instead grab our star. Does this keep filling up? Let's see. I want to see if it'll push me into the star. That'd be amazing. No? Apparently this is it. Okay. And I wonder after a while if you start dying from lack of oxygen, because this is completely sealed off. Nah, you don't, I'm sure. Either way, we've got ourselves a star. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it would, so we have time to do the Speedy Comet for this galaxy, which is not one of my favorite Speedy Comets in the world. I said a lot of comets make you replay only part of the level, or like the bulk of the level or whatever. This one, however, is a bit different. The Sandblast Speed Run. Let's take it on. And that planet right there in the preview looks like a face now that I look at it real hard. It's got like the 2 eyes in the mouth going, ooh! But yeah, the Sandblast Speedrun is going to be a replay of the entire Sandblast level. Oh boy, get to do the whole thing over again, except this time in under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which isn't that ridiculous of a time limit. It's actually pretty generous if I remember correctly. So wait for this guy to spawn. Oh, you can jump on his head as well, and apparently he gives you star bits even if you jump on him. But yeah, the entire Sandblast level, we've got to replay the entire thing. So we're not going to mess around with rainbow stars or anything like that this time around. Instead, we'll just hop into our launch star and get going. I believe that Hungry Luma only requires... well, he's not here right now because the prankster comet just scared him away. Oh god. Actually, if I found a planet or a galaxy with a gigantic red comet blazing through the sky that was bigger than the galaxy itself, I would probably stay away from there as well, to be honest. But I think that Hungry Luma only requires, like, 20 star bits or something like that, which is super, super easy to get, especially with that rainbow star. So, can we make it to the other side of the planet and get this blue one? Yes, we can! So, it's not actually that difficult to get them all in one go around, apparently. No! Right as I say that. No, I am getting this. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting this crystal. There we go. Got ourselves that crystal shard. Kirby would be proud. And we've completed our pole star so that we can hop onto our pole stars. I don't know where I was going with that. Either way, it's pretty easy to see these things from the Sandblast, and let's get going, man. And this orange reddish tint, oh man, it's making this level feel even hotter than it is. Ugh. Well, I mean, it's not actually hot because it's a bunch of pixels on the screen, but you know, there's cacti and sand everywhere. You're gonna feel hot playing this level. And on top of that, with this orange tint, man, I am just blazing right now. I am sweating all kinds, and this is just a bonus, isn't it? It is! Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Well, that was a huge time waster. Okay, if you play through that, it's the same thing as we encountered in the Good Egg Galaxy, I believe. You'll collect the music notes for the Super Mario Bros. 1 Underground theme, except you'll get 3 1-ups. So if you're running low on lives or whatever, or just want a couple extras, or want to hear that song again, or you're just a super completionist, go ahead and go there. But not during the Prankster Comet mission, because that's just dumb. Who would do that? Ugh. And here's the difficult part of the level that you need a ton of time in order to do, which kind of sucks, because I just wasted like a full minute, accidentally forgetting that there was a, secret there instead of something incredibly useful. So, we're gonna have to utilize a bunch of well-timed long jumps, and we saved ourselves a bunch of time there. Man, I sound like a professional speedrunner right now. Just kidding. I'm sorry to any speedrunners in my audience who feel, that their name has been sullied by my making a joke that I belong to their ranks. Anyway, enough demeaning myself with words. Let's hop on over to the other side of this planet so we can hit this button once again. And a well-timed triple jump will usually get you to the top of this in one go, which is alright if you're going for the Speedy Comet mission, but it's really not that big of a deal because we've got a lot more time left than I thought we did. A whole minute and like 16 seconds. Had to wait for the timer to go down there. I wanted to be accurate. But a whole minute, we should be fine. Especially since those Twister dudes are gone this time around. And maybe they're gone to make the mission harder, considering this is a Prankster Comet mission, and those are usually made to be as hard as possible. So maybe they can really, really help you on your first run through the level. I don't know. All I know is that we got our star. And my voice just cracked. Pretty weird, actually, having a speedrun on one of the longest missions in the game. It doesn't feel like much of a speedrun, because it is shown in the overworld before the green star. We're going to be taking on the Sunbaked Sandcastle's secret star first. I'm sorry for those of you who want to see that green star. It will be at the end of this video, do not fret. We've seen the intro to this already, and basically we've got to get back to that planet that was, like, expanding and contracting with all the sand on it. It wasn't quicksand, it was just normal sand, but it was getting bigger and smaller as time went on. Can I destroy this poopin' bird? Man, you are so impolite. You are just one of the worst people I've ever met, especially considering you're not a person, unless you're define person differently than most people. But you know what? I'm not trying to step on any toes right now. I'm trying to collect me some star bits so that I can get this gosh darn secret secret star. I don't know what I'm going on about. This time, we know where all the star chips are, so we're not going to have a bad time whatsoever collecting all of them. Let's just jump onto this button, smack our butts down on it, and we should be able, if I am able, if I'm vigilant enough, to get this chest right here on the first go around. And yep, there we go. Don't have to worry about that anymore. And there was a star chip over on this side. We just got to jump up to the top. There's one right here. We can bypass all these dry bones. Man, look at how stealthy I am. Mario is like 00 plumber or something because he is just... or solid plumber. I really don't know which would be the better one. Let's ground pound right here, grab ourselves our 5th star chip, and now we can fly off to the next planet, which I believe is the one that we need to go to. Unless it takes us to a different one. I think it's... okay, no. Oh, we're good. I thought it might have been taking us to a different one because we hopped out on it at a different angle, but... the button of interest is over here, and this planet is going to continually grow and grow and grow until it reaches its outer limits, and then it'll shrink and shrink and shrink until it reaches its inner limits, I suppose. Aw, man, calculus left and right. This big old pokey thing, man, that is so weird. It's like the Kirby Needle power-up or something. But it's poking out of the sand, and man, he is just having a grand old time. I will not have that. Well, I guess I will have it. I was trying to destroy him. Okay, there we go. We destroyed him that time, everybody. I hope you aren't too disappointed by my miss the first time around. If you, defeat this crab right here, you can do that by shooting a star bit, and he'll freeze for a moment so you can hit his butt. If you defeat him, you'll get a 1-up. The other one just gives you star bits, you guys already saw. And here is the gimmick here. Because this planet is expanding and contracting, this can actually be kind of difficult sometimes. And if you don't do this, you'll have to do the entire thing over again. So, oh boy, can we get it? Yes, we can. And with that, we have a second launch star. Make sure not to get these things confused, or else you'll have just wasted a whole ton of time. And there's one more rising and falling tower that we have to deal with in this level in order to get this secret star. And to do that, just go ahead and hit this button, and this cannon will start rising to the top of the universe. Let's actually stand on top of it just so I feel like I've conquered something. I am the king of the desert. I am Pharaoh Mario. Hail me. It's actually a pretty cool view. You can see, like, all the individual planets. That's really nice. And I really like that. That is such an amazing touch. These little prickly pear cacti just floating around in the sky. I love the personality that this game has, and that this galaxy has as well. Now, you don't actually need to stay on top of this to complete this mission. All you need to do is stand on this button, and when a bullet bill gets fired out of this side of the cannon, backflip, spin, and he will track onto you, so you can bring him over here to get yourself your star. Or, you could get that rainbow star over there and destroy all these dry bones for a ton of star bits and probably a couple of 1-ups. And I would do that, but you know what? I've spent enough time. I've run out of water in my canteen. I am ready to get the heck out of this desert. So let's hit this switch one more time. We might actually, maybe with a triple jump we'd be able to get up there normally. I don't know though. Actually, a backflip only went that high. I kind of doubt it. You can jump on all kinds of dry bones as they're swarming to try to get you though. They act like zombies. Maybe it's because they're undead and kind of resemble zombies a lot. Either way, star. And now it's time for the final mission of Dusty Dune Galaxy, which is blasting through the sand. And that's right, folks, we are getting ourselves a green star this time. We've already seen this intro, so we can skip over it. Plus, the area of interest is actually really close to the beginning, so we don't have to wait all that long until we can start taking on the real unique bit of this mission. If you kill these guys by jumping on them, they'll give you coins. But remember, we need star bits right now, so collect as many as you can, except it's only 20 that you need, so it's really not that big of a deal how many you have after this first planet, considering they built an entire planet, the one with the boulders, just to give you a bunch of star bits. So don't worry too much, even if you have like 0 when you're leaving that planet. Now, I already showed you guys the rainbow star power-up, so we're not going to bother with it. Instead,
hey you, yeah you, got any tasty star bits? Oh, I'm craving some. If you feed me a bunch of star bits, I'll burst with snacky happiness and then transform.
Oh man, these guys really do have a problem, don't they?
I'm famished. I need 20 star bits to curb the hunger pangs.
20? He must be weaning himself off of them then, man. Hungry Luma, I am proud of you. 20 is not that many whatsoever. Like I said, there's like 10 right there just in those crystal... Mario! Mario, come on, man. With the slippery feet. I thought that was Luigi's thing. But give him 20.
That's it, I'm stuffed. Here we go, transform!
And this one apparently wanted to be an opera singer when he was a child, so he's going to turn into... the 8th wonder of the world, and probably the septillionth wonder of the universe, a double-sided pyramid. Well, it's probably some sort of, like, prism or something, but I am not geometrically well-versed enough to know the name of this thing. This launch star is going to put us right on top of this warp pipe, which is super cool, I think. And we've got a 5 silver stars collection mission, along with like a ton of coins, which are going to be completely useless in here, aside from telling you where you have and haven't been. So, like Hansel and Gretel kind of thing, go ahead and collect these coins and you will be able to tell what areas of this place that you have traversed, because it's a bit of a maze, and the fact that you are walled off on either side by this sand makes it a little bit weird to navigate at times. And there are plenty of coins in here, and it looks like we've gotten pretty much everything there is. There isn't a silver star on this side. So let's go over here. There's a crystal that looks breakable right here, but there we go. Once the sand barely budges, you can get it. Man, look at these guys floating around. I'm gonna push them. Get out of my way, man. You can't actually, like, push them out of the way. It's kind of cool, herding your silver stars around. I've already said it before, though. These guys with their magical stardust that they're dropping are adorable. And you can hit this and the sand will start rising again or whatever. But you can also jump on top of this bricked off area. So stand in the middle right here, and the camera's not going to be very cooperative, but it can give you sort of a bird's eye view of the area every once in a while if you so need it. And there's the 4th silver star. I've no idea where the 5th one is. I failed to follow my own advice of collecting coins in the various places that we go, so looks like we are just out of luck right now. Hit this thing, and I'm going to guess that it's going to be somewhat... Yeah, there it is! Wow, what a perfect guess. Luck is on my side today, apparently, and these silver stars combine to not make any sense with the color wheel and create a green star. Maybe they were all just like 6 silver stars or something like that, and because they're ill and green is the color of like being ill or whatever, they just turned into a green star. I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of this. Let's just don our doctor's gloves, because I really don't want to touch this thing, and grab the 2nd green star of the game. And that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. We got 6 stars in this video, and that's quite a few if I do say so myself, because we had the Prankster Comet, we had the 2 secret missions, including the 1 green star, and then the 3 normal missions of Dusty Dune Galaxy. So, that is a lot of progress for one video, and I'd like to thank you all very, very much for sticking with me throughout it. I'm super hot, I'm dehydrated, so I'm just gonna sit here in this lovely cozy bed and take myself a nap. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Actually, what are we doing next time? Oh, done. Looks like we are going to be taking on a hungry Luma, which spawned outside of this dome during this recording, and the Bowser Galaxy in this extra galaxy. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys then.